Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, here's the intro music. Just want to welcome everybody into the who's here. Yeah, nobody's one person, so but anyway, how you doing? One person. Let's see the chat. All right. Today we're going to be talking about. Hey, all right, Miss B. How you doing, Miss B? Love. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about, if you guys who are seeing this later on, we're going to be talking about the transhumanism, the Soulstone chip. Hey, how you doing there? Oh, it's so hard to read that. What's that say? Damn, I got to get my glasses out. And the Annunaki connections to the Soulstone chip and what's going on over there with this whole thing. Now, I want to kind of convey to you guys sort of an idea, okay? Now, I want you to think about this for a minute. There's people today. Now, what is transhumanism? Okay? Transhumanism is these people, what they want to do is they want to extend human life, but the way they want to extend human life is by, mechanical means, or some kind of, they want to take like clone bodies, and they want to take your consciousness and put it on a chip, and then make a body, and then put this chip into the body, and then make, what they think is a being of themselves. Oh, I'm just going to be in that body, and I'll change bodies whenever I want. This kind of weird, it's a convoluted kind of thing, transhumanism, okay? And I want you to imagine this, okay? And this is the theme that I want to get across tonight is kind of a pretty deep concept, and I want to convey this to you guys tonight. What transhumanism is, it's not something new. Transhumanism is something that, like this connecting of technology with living beings, and the connection and the extended lifespan thing, okay, that these people are trying to do today, that was done thousands of years ago already, okay, by these beings called the Annunaki. They're basically beings that have these genetically created bodies with these consciousnesses on the chips in these bodies. And they live extremely long lifespans. 10,000 years, I don't know how long exactly, but extremely long lifespans. And what happens when you live an extremely long lifespan? You can do anything you want. Hey, what's up? Geez, I can't even read that. Mr. Anakin. Is that Mr. Anakin? Yeah, I think so. Wait, glasses. Where are my glasses? So when you have a, there we go. When you have a super long lifespan, it's almost like a human's lifespan compared to a rabbit's lifespan. A rabbit lives what? 5 years maybe? Something like that? 10 years, whatever? They reproduce every 2 months. If you have control over the lives of, say, a bunch of rabbits, okay, you could breed them any way you want. They're going to live these short lifespans, and your lifespan is going to be way longer than theirs, so you can outlive them and outthink them and outmaneuver them and basically control them. And that's kind of what's going on here with these Annunaki undead aliens that exist down in the cloning centers that Donald talks about. They kind of look something like this. You see this fella right here? This creepy looking guy? I don't know who this is. This is either Anu or Gilgamesh or whatever, one of these guys. But that's basically what's going on. You got these beings that have been alive for thousands and thousands of years. And they're basically controlling the world right now, because of their longevity and their ability to, hey, what's up, Miss Coco, Blake, and you guys, what's going on? These Annunaki, they are basically, they're living these hugely long lifespans, and because of that, they're able to, outmaneuver us, only because they've been around for so long, and they continue to be around for so long. They could easily, like you would be able to breed rabbits, you know what I mean? They reproduce every 2 months, and their lifespans are short. What does a rabbit live? 5 years, right? So to them, we're like rabbits. They could just breed us and herd us and control us, and they live such long lifespans that, you know, you can't really put your head around it. It's freaking out. It's really freaky, you know. And so, you know, I really didn't I didn't go too crazy today to try to figure out what I was gonna say. I figured I'd just you know, Donald should be on his way. He's heading over to the coffee shop, I believe. Let's see. Hold on. If you got any questions, guys, just shoot them out there and I'll try to answer them if I can. Okay. Hey, we see everything. How you doing? Doing Jacobson? Question mark. All right. Hey. You worried about Tila? I haven't heard anything about Tila lately. Yeah. Is Donald going to be here tonight? He can please address Tila Tequila. She's still being used. Yeah, Donald should be in shortly. Talked to him earlier today. He's probably on his way to the coffee shop right now. Hey Blake, how's it going? What's up, Rice? Miss Coco's in here in the house. Okay, a lot of questions about Tila. I don't know. I didn't hear what's going on with Tila. What's going on with Tila? What's up with her? What is it? We haven't heard from her lately? I did have a question. Please address question. Mo Smith. Let me see if I can find your question. Unless you want to just write it again, Mo. Probably look like a retard with these glasses on, but so what? Okay. She's claiming to be the bride of Jesus. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's calmly walked out. Yeah. What about that liar? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I just put my elbow on the window switch, and I was just like, oh, my God. Who the fuck's coming after me now? Tila blocked you from chat. Cloning isn't mentioned. Okay. Microchip clone. Oh, boy, this is going fast. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just took a shower. I'm clean. Yeah, she's talking all kinds of crazy shit. She's probably, if Tila's talking that crazy kind of shit like that, she might be doing it just to discredit herself. You know what I mean? Just because they ordered her to discredit herself. You know, because she did come out and say some stuff about cloning. And they just want to make her look crazy. And she's not fighting them anymore because, I don't know, I guess she's scared. That's just my guess. You know, you got to ask Donnie when he gets in if that's actually what's going on. Spread the word, 777. What's up? Hey, hello. Smash that motherfucking like button. Yeah, Carly's probably one of those infiltrators. You know, she's trying to you know, because she disappeared. Her channel disappeared. I saw a video about this. Her channel disappeared with 4,000, 3,000 subscribers or whatever it was, and then she came back a month later, and all of a sudden she had like 14,000. You know, you don't get that without some help from behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Okay, glad you love the videos there, Rice. Thank you. How can we donate? How can we donate to get you some new glasses? Oh, I'm good. These glasses are good. I don't need no glasses. I'm good. You know? Yeah, Coco. Yeah, that's probably what it is. You know, she's probably just like trying to discredit herself, you know, so she doesn't get, you know, in trouble anymore or whatever. Yeah, I'll get another pair of glasses. Oh, pretty soon I'm working. I got some money going on. A little bit coming up. I gotta press this button every time just to see the chat, and then I can't even read it. Oh, jeez. Yeah, times is hard. Try duct tape. Yeah, I will next time, yeah. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about today, guys, was the Annunaki and the Soulstone chip, because you got to realize something about this. You know, it's kind of, if you watch this episode of Star Trek, and it kind of explains it a little bit. It's called, from the first original Star Trek series, called Return of the Archons. Okay, there was a story where, what do you call it? There was a being, a guy who was like the savior of this society, right? And he knew that he was about to die. So what he did was he made a computer that encompassed all of his mind. And he put his mind into this computer, and then basically the computer was running the whole freaking society, you know? But the real guy was dead for thousands of years before. It was just basically a copy of his consciousness. Hey, Sarah. It was basically a copy of his consciousness on a computer that was, you know, an imitation of the original, which is basically what those Anunnakis are. You know, they are imitations of the original consciousness that was put on that chip. The original person is long dead and gone, but this copy, flawed copy consciousness on this chip, hey Mike, what's up? And is in these beings, these manufactured bodies, and they live for such long lifespans that, you know, they get mistaken as gods, you know? And then, you know, people start thinking that they're gods. Yeah, it is crazy. And then they start saying, oh yeah, I'm a god, sure, yeah, I'm fucking whatever. You know, they take it and roll with it, you know, but they are not gods. They were mistaken for gods in the way back in the Sumerian times and stuff. You know? And this is kind of what's going on now. These things are still alive. They're down in the cloning center. They make decisions, you know, and that regulate our lives. And that ain't cool. You know, I'd like to tell them, those undead false gods, to, hey, why don't you go haunt some other planet? Leave us the fuck alone. You know what I mean? We don't need you haunting us. We can handle it ourselves now. You know, we're grown up enough. You know, he's talking about Gilgamesh, Enki, Enlil, Shiva, all these weird undead chip head techno gods with these fake bodies. You know, it's a really psycho thing. And you know, I was looking at, I never read this book, but if you ever hear of, did you ever hear of the Iliad and the Odyssey by Homer? Okay, that's one of the first. I wrote a few notes down. That's one of the first documentations of this kind of these beings that were living way long ago. You know, it's really wacky, crazy. Like, yeah, definitely check out that episode of Star Trek it's called Return of the Archons. They had this guy, Landru. Some of you might have seen him. Some of you old guys might have seen it. All right, let's see. Maybe I'll read some stuff. But, you know, that's basically what I want to convey to you guys today. And that's, you know, which I already did. So, but, all right. Let's see what we got here as far as comments. Just seen some Hershey and tons of filtry. Yes. Hey, Mike in Halifax, how you doing? Christine, hey Christine. Clone sent the brother from another mother. All right, that's cool. Oh, Kurth, here's a good comment from Rebecca. Kurth Barker talked about this transhumanism and how they store consciousness in just a human head with no body. Yeah, they can actually take a head and keep it alive without the body. Oh, you read the Blake? You read the Iliad and the Odyssey? That's awesome. Yeah, that's basically those undead chip head beings, and that was, you know, not really untrue. You know, they're talking about that was a myth. You know, myth comes from, where did I read? Oh, what's his name was talking about that? Will Cobb was talking about that. Back in the old days, because history was going to be like, you know, they knew history was going to be messed with, fucked with. They decided, well, let's just write it down as fiction. So this way, you know, it'll get through and the stories will continue. Okay, Spencer Eskridge has had encounters with these beings, Seeker of Truth says. His accounts, which can be found on his channel. Oh yeah, check out Spencer Allen Eskridge. I remember him talking a lot about this stuff in the early days. I think he fell off the face of the earth, or I haven't heard anything from him lately. But I hope he's doing well. Spencer Allen Eskridge, he was in the beginning of this. I remember hearing him talking about all this kind of stuff, the cloning and Donald, and I think he had some experiences with Taylor Swift or something like that. Let's see, yeah, there's some crazy stuff, and people are paying to do it now. Yeah. Old man with glasses, me too. Yeah. Okay. We discussed transhumanism, which includes transsexual or into androgynous humans. Yeah, that whole transgender thing and the androgyny thing, that's basically to confuse people. I think it's just to confuse everybody, you know, because all right, you're born into this world, right? And you look down there and you can decide, well, yeah, I'm male or I'm female, right? But they're what do you call these, the transgenderisms, they're trying to tell you that, oh, it's not down between your legs, it's in your head. So you can just pick, I don't know, 20, you have a choice of 100 different genders or whatever the hell it is now. I don't know how many there is now. And all of a sudden, there you go, you're thinking, all right, let's see, what should I be? And you're in the land of confusion. You know, there's no definite male, sacred masculine, provider, protector, or sacred feminine, which is the feeder, nurturer, okay? They don't want you to have that sacred masculine and sacred feminine combining so that you get that third energy that comes from the combination of those two, okay? Which is the God energy, all right? Or whatever you want to call it. You know, they don't want you to have that. They want you to be in confusion. Yeah, transgressors. Yeah, transgressors of Satan's kingdom. Yeah, that's kind of what it is, yeah. Yeah, it could be, you know. I mean, if you look close enough, you know, Trump looks like he's got a little bit of female DNA in him, you know, and so does Melania. Looks like a guy. I'm not, you know, I'm not here for the politics, guys. You know, if I was political, if I come out of the deep rabbit hole and I come up to here, I kind of like what Trump's doing as far as like taking out the deep state. But if you go deep down into it, he probably is one of them. I can't really say yes or no. I don't know. You know, I mean, I'd like to believe in if things going to be working out right, but I don't freaking know, you know? I can't talk on things that I don't know about, you know? All I know is, you know, I can talk about stuff I know about. You know, when I hear those guys talking politics, I get confused after 5 minutes. They're like, oh, the Attorney General said this and that and all that stuff. And I'm like, what the, who, what? You know, I don't follow politics very well. You know, I was always into science fiction and weird science things, you know, which goes great with cloning and underground military bases, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the thing too, yeah. This is type 1 or sexual or asexual, And let me just send a little message over here. You guys keep chatting away. Let me send Donnie a message, see if he can come in soon. He's probably on his way. Okay. Yeah, but the thing I want to convey to you guys is like, you know, it's kind of it's a weird concept to think about, like, and most people don't get it. And I'm trying to make it simple so that everybody understands it. But what's running this world are these false gods, which were thousands of years ago involved in some kind of transhumanist type of movement. Like today, people are fucking trying to fix themselves and adapt themselves so that they live for thousands of years. That was already done thousands of years ago, and they're running the world today. We don't want more of that. And these things are like retarded children. They're like retarded kids. You know, it's like those guys, you know, they want to come up to you and scare you, like, oh, I'm bigger than you. I can beat you up. It's like, I got over that when I was a kid. When I was a child, I got over that retarded kind of stuff, like wanting to be like a tough guy. And these trans, alien, whatever they are, they're still not over that. They got egos of retardedness. You know, and again, I don't want to like dump a lot of shit on them because they don't have to take a lot of shit. But, I mean, you get the idea, you know? Yeah, I need some new glasses. I'll get them this week. You have Vril in Italy. I'm sure they have Vril in Italy. The Bush family goes, all right, Baseaholic says the Bush family goes back into the royal bloodline, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Does anybody know that? Yeah, I think all of the families that were president, they're all basically related in somehow. They're all basically the same family. We are TV. Blake says we're TV and bodies for them. Yeah, containers, right? Like, what do you mean by that? That they, we're entertainment for them? I get that. We're TV and bodies. Bodies meaning like they put their consciousness, yeah, on a chip and they'll use our bodies. take our bodies and hijack the bodies with. Yeah, they're all malevolent. Yes, agreed. Yup, they have been here a long time in many bodies. And you know what it is too? They like this Amun-Ra. It's a big bird. You know, this big bird. Like, you know, they could have just manufactured that body. And the other thing is what makes them. This is how you know that it's real. What makes them live long is the gold. They basically consume gold. And if you go back to the Sumerian Annunaki history, Enki created the human race out of, you know, what was already here. He didn't create it. He basically just mixed what was already here and some of their own DNA. And the purpose was to get the gold off of this planet so they could consume it and enhance their genetically created body so that it can live forever. Helps them live way longer, you know? It's kind of crazy, but it all fits if you put it all together, you know? That's the thing. It's all about the gold. And if you think about it, gold has always been valuable on this planet ever since hundreds and thousands of years ago, right? But why has it been valuable? There has never been an explanation of why gold has been valuable only until recently. And the explanation is that gold is a superconductor, okay? Like, you know, when you have a wire, if you have a copper wire, you put 100% electricity on this end, and on the other end, it doesn't come out 100%. It's a little less. Or a steel wire, or a tin wire, or any kind of wire, it's always going to have some kind of resistance, and you won't have your full amount of electricity coming out of the other end of the wire. However, with gold, it's 100%. What you put in one end comes exactly 100% out on the other end. Yeah. And that's their food, basically. That's what keeps them living so long. That's why gold has been valuable for so long. These Anunnaki, transhuman, weird, undead, chip-head techno gods that live for 10,000 years, that's their food, basically. You know? Yeah, it's crazy, man. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, here's a link. Mr. Anakin posted a link over there. Yeah, Don Marshall Proboards. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all in there. Basically, this is not new information. It's just, you know, it's explaining for the new people, you know, like what's kind of going on behind the scenes. And you know what gets me too sometimes? Like these truthers guys that they have these channels that it's like they're making a shit ton of money and they're taking trips to Hawaii on their YouTube money and they're having truther conferences. They're on the edge, so to speak, but they never go over the edge, you know, where we are. They don't want to talk about us and what's happening to us at the cloning centers, how we're getting tortured, you know, and how we're getting chopped to pieces. They're like, oh, we don't want to talk about that. Oh, the children. What the fuck? In other countries, they're teaching children how to build rifles and kill each other. And we're teaching our kids, I love you and you love me. Stick it in your ass. And get the fuck, what the hell? That's stupid. The kids really got to notice because they're gonna be the ones that are gonna have to do something about it. Growing up, you know what I mean? Do you want your kids to grow up ignorant? You know? What about Arizona Wilder? I remember her, Arizona Wilder. Yeah, that was Arizona Wilder was. I remember seeing her a long time ago. An interview with her with David Icke. What was her deal? Was she like a mind control slave or something? Okay, Seeker of Truth says Sitchin is like 60% accurate according to some. Yeah, Zachariah Sitchin was the guy who was talking about the history of the Sumerian history, which described the Anunnaki presence, and they were basically described as gods, whatever. And you know, Anu was the father. If you look at, actually, if you go to Mark Passio and look at the Cosmic Abandonment Theory video. In a nutshell, basically the story: the father was Anu, and the two brothers Enki and Enlil. Enlil told, you know, Enki created the human race of 22 different types of DNA, and then Enlil was like, no, you can't play God. You can't be just making up fucking species and making them, what the hell? And Enlil wanted to destroy the human race, you know, because we were like retarded, eating our own flesh. But Enki was the one who wanted to, like, he was like, no, we'll fix it up somehow. It's a long, crazy story, and it's these chip-headed techno gods that did this stuff way long ago. You know, it's just mind-boggling sometimes. Elvish Magic. All right, hey everybody, listen. Elvish Magic's in the house. Joseph Evans, go and watch his videos. He's made some great videos about the information that Donald's put out. If you guys haven't seen the Elvish Magic videos, definitely go and check them out. It's very it's got Donald's own voice in the narration, you know, and he did a great job of putting that all together. Elvish Magic, excellent job. That's very, very good videos. In fact, I posted your video about the droning process on McAllister TV's video, and I think the hit count went up to like 19,000 in a day or whatever it was. You know? Okay. White race is only 6,000 years old. All right. Oh man, it's making my eyes hurt. Yeah, definitely. You're welcome, Elvis. Yeah, that's good. No, you do good work, man. Gotta commend you for that, you know. Blake says, Pleiadians are deception. Yes, I've heard of that too. They're like these good-looking alien types, and it's just like, oh, we're here from outer space, and we come to save the human race, and we're blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, really? I don't know. You know, I don't know what's real anymore. Every time I fucking stop believing in something that might be good, it ends up being fake. And I'm like, is there anybody out there that's helping us? You know, is there anything real out there? I'm thinking, is it all fake? I don't know. Yes, David Wilcock is down with them. Most truthers are, Blake says here, David Wilcock is down with them. Most truthers are down with them due to fear of being killed or replaced or clone torture, clone after clone. Yeah, and how come we're not afraid of that? You know? Why are we not afraid of that? Maybe because we're a little too crazy? Yes, Jesus said he's the way and the truth. That's what works for me. I'm not preaching, but, you know, that's what works for me. I read the Bible a little bit. I look at what Jesus said, and I find peace. Okay, that works for me. You know? But we're talking about, I want to keep this focused on Annunaki, transhumanism, the Soulstone chip, and all that. Yes. Basic homework. Who ignores logical questions from you? Oh, David Wilcock? I'm not sure. It's on us, basically. Yeah, we got to basically do it ourselves. Oh, Richard from Boston. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that guy's legit. He seems like he yells too much. You know, I don't know. Ba-ba-da-doo-doo. All right, Raven TW, ask a question about cloning. You say you're always ignored? I'll give you a question now. I'll try to answer it for you. You know, I'm not trying to ignore anybody. It's just I have a limited ability to read fast and answer everything. You know, you guys got a lot of questions in here. And hopefully Donnie will show up soon and help me answer them. Hey! I actually studied the text 6,000 years. Okay, world coming down, 5779. I actually studied the text 6,000 years. Oh, 6,000 years of what? 6,000 years ago? Oh, here we go. Time expands with space and collective continuous. Sidney Harris says, time expands with space and collective conscious is a real thing. We are co-creators with God. So looking back, we aged the planet and made it appear aged. Looking forward from time, it looks 6,000. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what that means, but there it is. Oh, by other channels. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's hard these days. But yeah, as far as being co-creators, I definitely believe that, because I mean, think about it. Just look around you. Everything you see was an idea in somebody's head before it became reality. This car that I'm sitting in, these glasses I got, you know, this shirt I'm wearing, it was an idea in somebody's head, and somebody put the effort in to make it reality. Now, the question is, can you just make something reality just by going, it's reality? I've never seen that. Like something just materialize from sheer force of will. There might be a dimension where that does exist, but here in this dimension, you got to work at it. You know, if you want to make a sculpture, you got to get some clay, throw it on a slab, and start sculpting. It's not going to sculpt itself. You know what I mean? But we are co-creators with the divine and whatever the hell there is. You know, I want to kind of stay reality based and, you know, what do you call that? Rooted in reality. I don't want to get too etheric here, you know. But there is all that stuff for sure. You know, we'll find out all about that once we leave these bodies. You know, once we die and we leave our spirits leave these bodies and we go off to whatever's next. You know, and I can tell you, it's funny because I think there is something next. I've had people very close to me pass away, and I've had them come back and tell me stuff after they left, after they were dead, and I was like, wait a minute, how does this? You know, and I know it sounds crazy, but it is what it is. Okay. Faith can materialize. Quantum physics explains faith, and faith can materialize. Yeah, okay. I'll go along with that. Oh, here, I'll tell you something about quantum physics and faith in materializing. I have a little story. A few years ago, I was a massage therapist, about 15 years ago, whatever. And I remember doing that thing, visualizing, okay? I was visualizing, and I was like, oh, I need a massage chair. I needed a massage chair, and I was like, damn, I wish I had a massage chair to work. So what I did was I got a magazine. I opened up the magazine, and I saw a picture of a massage chair. And I just pictured that, okay, that's mine, it's here, it's mine, I got it, it's mine. And I was like, yay, and then, you know how they say that in The Secret, you just look at it, pretend you already have it, feel the feelings of having it, and it will manifest, right? So there I was, believing that I was going to get this massage chair. And then I went down to the salon where my ex was working at the time. And there was this lady selling a massage chair. And she's like, you want this? I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take it. And she's like, $100. Now, this was a $500 chair. So I threw $100. I took the chair home, and I looked at the magazine, and I looked at the chair, and it was the exact same model of chair, of massage chair. Now, that's kind of weird, you know what I mean? That I would actually, you know what I mean? So that was a kind of a sort of a manifestation of that. You know, you consciously think of something, and it just, boom, there it is. You know, so I do believe that does occur in some instances, you know. And what really stops that from happening all the time is your own mind, you know. Believing that it can't happen, you know, because it really can happen. Okay, here's a comment from Mike in Halifax. I've heard that cyclotrons like CERN are owned privately and used by used to power underground cloning and other CIA black ops. Black ops attached to their art galleries like the Getty, Vanderbilt, Gutenberg. Yeah, they got all kinds of crazy technology. But that CERN shit is crazy. They throw back time. That's just wacky. That's why we got all these different timelines, the Mandela effect. You know? Nutsy cookie. You know, sometimes I wish I could just go on an island and go under a coconut tree and forget everything and just look, oh, it's a tree. That's all there is in the world, a tree swaying in the wind. Nothing else. I long for that. I just want to be on an island somewhere and not know anything. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel that way, but then other times I just want to dive in and shit, I want to freaking, you know what I mean? Let's see, we've got Cindy Harris, we got a comment here. The reticular gland in your brain searches out what you want to see, and you become what you behold. Draw it to yourself. Okay. Yeah, well, you gotta understand too. Your human nervous system, your nervous system runs on electricity, and anything that runs on electricity creates an electromagnetic field, and any electromagnetic field that's in this reality is going to affect any other electromagnetic field that's in this reality. Just take two magnets, put them together. You can feel them push them apart, and they suck together. That's basically what's happening in a microcurrent of electricity. Not so much as for, you know, but that's, you know, when you say like a prayer to somebody, like look at that guy, what's his name? Dr. Emoto water experiments. You know, just the electricity from the human body that projects forward could change the molecular structure of water. That's pretty crazy. You know, I don't know if you guys know, I'm familiar with that. Dr. Emoto. It's called a Rodin crater. Vivian Sanchez says it's called a Rodin crater. I'm not sure what a Rodin crater is. Is that an answer to another question, or should I get all like duh? Yeah, we are electric beings living in an electric universe. Yeah, like Jimi Hendrix said, electric church. Bounded and breeze, good imagination. What time zone am I in? I'm in Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast of the United States. We do. We're gonna do every Wednesday at 11 Eastern Standard Time, which is 10 Central, 9. Wait, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. That would be 10, 9, and 8 o'clock. So it's 8 o'clock in California, 9 o'clock in Colorado, and 10 o'clock in Chicago, and 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Do I follow Q? I was following Q for a little bit of while. I was watching this guy, George. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know? I would like that stuff to be true, but I don't know. I don't have 100% confidence in all that. That just might be another appeasement for us intelligent people that we want to get everything done and get everything going, and then say, oh, there's a bunch of smart people. Let's fool them with this. You know, I've had that happen. So, I mean, throughout my life, everything has been a freaking bullshit job, you know? I've been hearing stories about, oh, the world's going to end. I've been hearing it since the early 80s. Oh, the world's going to end in a couple days, 1994. Oh, the world's going to end. Oh, it was again in 1999. Oh, the world's going to end. I mean, over and over and over. It's, oh, here it comes now. And I'm just like, well, I don't know. I'd like to believe that Q is real, but I don't know. All right, Mike at Halifax says Q had good intel until it moved to 8chan in January 2018. Okay, Ms. Islip says, Aldo, the end is near this year. Yeah, well, you know what? It very well might be this year, but you know what? I've been hearing that for years and years and years. And you know, even in the 1800s, there was a bunch of people that committed suicide because they thought the end of the world was coming, you know? So, yeah, it's possible, but I don't know. And I'm sick of hearing that, you know, the world's going to end, now it's going to happen, and okay, basically what that does is just, it makes you not plan for the future. Oh, well, if the world is going to end this year or next year, well, hey, well, I guess I don't got to save for retirement, or I don't got to buy a house or anything, or have a family, because they're all going to get killed anyway. You know what I mean? It makes you just forget about life. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, he confirms it at the rallies, you know, and that's cool and everything. But I just don't know. Yeah, see, there's people that believe in a Q and that don't believe in a Q. You know, I would love to believe that, what's his name is still alive. What's that guy? Kennedy kid. John Jr. And that he's Q and he's behind the scenes helping everything and trying to avenge his whatever. But, I mean, who knows? I can't say that I know or I don't know. I would like that to be true, but I can't say it is or it isn't. I really couldn't tell you. I don't have any inside information on that at all. But it is very intriguing, you know, and it does capture the imagination. I will give it that, you know. I hope it's true. It would be so cool if it is, you know. If there's actually a force of good people working in the government to rid you know, rid our society of these vril, you know, because that's what basically it is. All this stalling and stuff that they're doing in the government, and they're just yapping on and on and on about nothing, and they're just, you know, what do you call it, obstructing and everything. That's basically what a person does when they want to stall for time and they want to cover up the crime. You know, they're raping children in the basements over there and drinking their blood and everything, and they will do anything to cover that up. You know, the adrenochrome stuff, you know what I mean? You guys know about the adrenochrome, right? That is the sickest stuff. Okay, Rice Villatoro says, watch Serial Brain. All tweets decoded. Okay, that's the Q stuff. Okay, Mr. Anakin, you guys look at the... Excuse me. I just need a little sugar. Look at the post for the Proboards. Proboards. All right, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to answer this is one question that people ask every once in a while that I would like to kind of sort of give my answer to. People say, well, if Donald's coming out and talking about, why don't they kill Donald? Why is he still alive? Why is Donald still alive? I'll give you my version of this. If you find a goose that lays golden 24-karat eggs, 500,000 a pop, and that goose is laying golden eggs, right? That's great, isn't it? You got these golden eggs, you're getting rich off this goose, right? Now, if all of a sudden that goose says, hey, you're stealing my fucking eggs, you douchebags. Stop stealing my freaking eggs. Don't take my eggs anymore. Fuck you, you suck. I'm going to tell everybody that you're stealing my eggs. If your goose says that to you, are you going to go kill that goose? No, you're still going to steal the golden eggs, aren't you? Why would you kill a goose that lays the golden eggs? You know, Donald's got a creative mind. He thinks up a lot of stuff and makes a lot of money for these people. Or made a lot of money for these people. I'm sure they could, do all kinds of manipulation on him so that he doesn't remember what they did to steal ideas from him, like they do to a lot of other of us too. That's also something to consider, The goose, you're not gonna kill the goose that lays the golden eggs, no matter how much the goose is yelling at you and telling you to go screw yourself. You know what I mean? Right? Would you? Nobody would. Nobody would. Yes. All right. That's the other thing I was thinking about too. They think that he is some sort of second coming or whatever, but you don't gotta understand something. People that are depraved, child molesting, adrenochrome drinking, murdering psychopaths, they have no creativity whatsoever. Their creativity is debauchery, disgustingness, okay? Now, when your creativity is at zero, and you're a disgusting, child molesting, killing, baby torturing machine, your creativity is nil. So if you see a guy who's very creative, and creativity comes from a pure heart, okay? From having a pure heart and from just being a good person, and having that open channel to the creative source, okay? If you're an evil child molester, and you see somebody being creative, it's like, wow, how does he do that? Wow, you know what I mean? They're totally impressed by creativity because they have none whatsoever at all. These people that believe Donald is the second coming, they also believe that you should eat children's guts. You know what I mean? So are we going to trust what they believe? Probably not. You know what I mean? Donald, I think he might be having he might have had some kind of genetic brain enhancement. I don't know, because his mother was involved with them. They might have done some kind of tweaking to make him more creative or more intelligent or something, so that they could suck out the fucking intellectual properties out of him. Similar to what they did with Mike Tyson. They took a Pharaoh's bodyguard DNA, they made Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is broke today. He doesn't have all that money he made. He made millions. And where did that money go? Somebody else took it, you know. They just used the clone. They just used him and, you know, just basically robbed them. The Illuminati can't meet. Yeah, it's a very good point. Thank you, Mike. I'm still living back at Church. Dreams could be malicious reasons. Dreams can be planted for malicious reasons, yes. Yeah, I had that thing happen to me that basically turned me off of, you know, praying for 15 years, you know. I saw Jesus get beat to death, but it was Donald, and I was like, holy Christ. Every time I go to pray, oh, Jesus, I'd see him get beat to death, and I was like, oh, no. And then when I saw Donald alive, I was like, what the hell was done to me? You know. So you got to understand something, too. People out there, some people believe Jesus is real, some people don't. But what I know is that they don't want you to believe in Jesus and to pray and follow all that shit, because why would they do that to a person? Why would they have a figure dressed as Jesus and then murder him in front of a person, thereby destroying your confidence? Why would they want to destroy your confidence in Jesus? Maybe because it's real. Remember what Andy Perro said? You guys know who Andy Perro is? If you don't know who Andy Perro is, look up his story. And he said basically that the biggest threat to the Illuminati is Jesus and the belief in that. What happens is when you believe, you get imbued with this sort of faith power, love power, whatever it is. And then you become bold and not afraid of anything. And they don't want that. They want you to be cowering in fear. They want to suck your louche energy out of you and just make you miserable. Oh, what's up, guys? Let's see. Here's a question. Aldo, have you ever saged yourself and asked your higher self, Mother Earth, and your ancestors to remove any entanglement to the system of domination and control? I used to use sage to kind of burn the crap out of my room to make it smell nice and burn off the evil spirits or whatever. And I do pray and meditate, but I don't know exactly what you mean by the entanglement of the system. Yeah, to escape the matrix, yeah. Okay, here, guys. Here's a good thing here from Elvish Magic. Star Trek The Next Generation, the first season, episode 25. It's called Conspiracy. Has a parasitic alien that takes over the human host. And that's like a direct Vril reference. Glad you mentioned Loosh, Rebecca says. Yeah, they want you in a state of perpetual anxiety. Your fear and anxiety is their food, basically. So you know what? Like FDR said, and I don't know if he was a good guy or a bad guy, but we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Okay, Mike in Halifax says, stimulate the pendral nerve in a child under 6. Same theory as blood consumption in childhood. Pendral nerve? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, a couple years ago, the same line of the jazz song. A lot of times I don't know what you guys are talking. I'm like, well, is this a response to what I said, or is this? It's like all these. Yes, negative entities fear cat. I've heard that too. That cats keep evil spirits away. It's kind of funny, right? That's kind of funny. Because cats. There's different perceptions of reality. We have our 5 sense reality. Our sight is limited to a certain spectrum of light. Our hearing is limited to a certain spectrum of sound. Our perception is such that we don't perceive everything that exists. Like there might be something sitting here right next to me and I wouldn't even know because my senses can't detect it. You know what I mean? There are things that our senses cannot detect that do exist. Sleep with 3 kitties every night. That's good. I was thinking today I gotta get me another kitty cat. But I don't know. You can't once you lose your original cat, it's just so hard to replace them. You know, there's nothing like the original. You know, there is no replacement for you. You can't really replace anybody, really. And the personality, everyone's unique. Can't just be replaced. Yeah. But anyway, any thoughts on these? You know, I just wanted to get that idea across about the transhumanist agenda of today is the Annunaki of yesterday. You know, the people of today that are trying to extend their lives. Remember that guy on a video, he was saying, well, I want to be a god, and if you're getting in my way, well, you know, and he gives this scary looking face, and it was like, what the hell? These people that want to put their consciousness on a chip and put themselves into the clone bodies enhanced by gold that live forever, that was already done way long ago. And those wackos are running the thing now, are running the show now. You know, I guess to an extent, so much, but, you know, this is the thing we got to wake up to. This is a really crazy reality of what's going on. Oh, shit. I put my elbow on the friggin' button again. Open it back with those. Who the hell's that? Oh, my God. I'm like so friggin' jumpy over here. Thinking I'm going to get shot or something. God damn, it's a freaking wacky life, guys. Wacky life. Oh, okay. Cat comes to me. I won't ignore him. Actually, I saw a cat the other day. He was looking at me, kind of sitting there out in the woods. Yeah, I'm sorry for my loss too. She was a good, what a cat. She was my best little buddy. Yeah, the pirates are coming for me, man. I'm telling you, dude. I'm living my life looking over both shoulders every day now. It's crazy. But that's all right. It keeps me awake. It keeps me from being all slumpy and just sitting there watching movies all day. You know, I'd rather be looking over my shoulder and all jacked up than just like half dead laying there. You know what I mean? Okay, here's a question from Southern Grace Patriot Team 17. How do they choose a person to clone? Now, this was answered many times before, but I'll answer it again because people should notice. If you look at the Proboards, the same answer is in there. What they do is they take the yearbook from your school, and they look at your yearbook, and they say, yeah, I like this one. I like that one. Let's get and then they go to the doctors. They get a piece of your DNA. You know, they just need a blood sample or, you know, whatever the doctor has. You know, they could use your foreskin after the operation, and they make a copy of you in the cloning center. They'll make a copy of your body, okay? They'll make like 5 or 10 at a time because they don't always come out right. They'll throw away the ones that didn't come out right, and the one that comes out right, they'll implant you with a chip, okay? And when you fall into sleep and you go into REM sleep, the clone wakes up and your consciousness is running the clone at the cloning center. So when you're sleeping and dreaming, your clone wakes up and then your body is running that clone. And then they do all kinds of nasty, crazy stuff to you or whatever. You know, they could send you on to do errands for them or kill somebody and then you don't remember it the next day. It's just nutty. But that's how they pick you. They just, you know, they'll just choose you from either by your looks or by your intelligence, that they could steal some ideas from you. Anything that can make them money, that's basically why they choose you. If you can entertain them or make them feel whatever, sexually aroused, or make them some money. Like if you have some kind of intelligence or intellectual capacity that they could use to make money with. Okay, here's a good point from Isbid. They want us to concentrate on fear, on the world ending, so it collectively manifested for them. Yeah, good point. we manifested for them with our beliefs. Let's uncreate them. We have to become more creative with our infinite manifesting powers. All right, now on that point, let's imagine the Illuminati, those scumbags that want to, those megalomaniacal evil douches. Let's imagine them crumbling into dust. How about that? Picture that. All these evil scumbags that want to rule the world. Imagine them crumbling into dust. You know, and if we would all do that collectively, that energy might do something. You know what I mean? I couldn't say for sure because I'm not a scientist, I'm not a quantum physicist, but it's worth a try if it's just to sit there and think of something, right? You know what I mean? It's worth a try. Yeah, Tila, I hear Tila is saying some crazy stuff now. I was looking for the video. I downloaded a video of her from about 6 years ago, and I was looking on my old computer to see if I could find it, and I couldn't find it. It's not there. It's crazy. Yeah, everyone in the chat do it. Yeah, just imagine those evil sons of bitches, megalomaniacal, Annunaki, Vrills and all that. Just imagine them crumbling into dust, collapsing into a pile of ashes. You know, but intensely. If you imagine that intensely, if we all did that, man, it might definitely do something. Yeah, I made a few notes here. See if I can get anything out of here. Mythology. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Oh, I noticed. Oh, here, if then. No, I'm gonna say that. I just noticed something weird about the whole World Trade Center thing. Did you notice that that Notre Dame building that just burnt down? It's got like 2 towers, and the World Trade Center that was crushed and destroyed, it's got these 2 towers. You know, Boaz and Joachim. That's the 2 towers in Freemasonry. And you know what I thought was kind of weird? That tightrope walker, that guy Philippe Petit, he walked between the World Trade Center, and he also walked between the 2 towers of Notre Dame. Isn't that kind of wacky? You know, to bring sort of significance to that. You know, I feel bad for that guy. He's every place that he walks between on his rope, on his wire, collapses, gets destroyed. What's up with that, right? I know that's off on a tangent. That's off subject, but. Oh yeah, the Bride of Christ is the description of the Bride of Christ in the Bible is the contingent, the group of people that love God and will be brought up with God, the bride, you know, the ones that will be taken up with God. Abstraction is essentially hacks into. Yeah, that's why I'm not crazy about doing all that kind of weirdo stuff, that law of attraction and black magic shit. You know, I'd rather just stick with reality. Because I'll tell you honestly, everybody I've ever known that's been into that magic stuff and like, you know, Wiccan and all these magic spells and all this crap, they've just been whack jobs. You know what I mean? Just off the rails whack job, believing their own lies kind of stuff, you know? And once you go down that path, it's really kind of hard to get out of that. I like to stick with reality. You know, I mean, this is a door. This is my head. This is a steering wheel. You know, reality helps me be real, I guess you could say. Max Spears, yeah, look up Max Spears. Yes, Spears is off to a better place. Heard the term retired to describe the situation. Yeah, but these Anunnaki gods, they sort of got a fragile ego. I believe they have sort of a fragile ego. Like they don't want to be talked down to like they're some kind of retards. When it's not really their fault, but that, you know, there's no way to put a consciousness on a chip. You know, a consciousness is something that organically inhabits a brain and a body, you know, and to take that and put it on a piece of mechanical, you know, it's going to be flawed. So their consciousnesses are basically flawed. You know? Irene, where's Irene here? Yeah, it's a hell of a thing, guys. Well, from what I understand, Donald has met and interacted with a lot of these ancient Anunnaki. Gilgamesh, he's met Gilgamesh, Shiva, you know, and I don't know. It might be that why that Donald's not coming in today, because he was I think he was told to not talk about them. So, but I'll talk about them. Kill me, I don't care. I want to die anyhow. Life sucks. Yes, the false gods. Isn't Gilgamesh also Nimrod? Could be. Don't know. I think Nimrod was that was at the Tower of Babel. From what I know about Nimrod, Nimrod's mother was his wife. Basically, this woman, she was the queen. What was her, Semiramis or Semiramis? Whatever her name was. I don't know her name. Look it up. You guys, see, I forget things. I remember stories, but I forget names. But she was basically a wacky bitch that wanted to make a king. So she had a son, raised him to be king, and then married him, and then she became the queen. That's why when somebody's a freaking moron, why you call him a Nimrod, because he's banging his mother. You know what I mean? You don't bang your mother, Nimrod. You know what I mean? That's what I know about Nimrod. And then Nimrod and his queen, they were running the show at the Tower of Babel, right? Wasn't it the Tower of Babel? And, you know, that's an interesting story about the Tower of Babel, because at that time, it says in the story about the Tower of Babel that they had one common language. And as they were building this tower, something happened that caused people to have separate languages, and they couldn't understand each other anymore. Now that, to me, that doesn't sound like an act of a benevolent God. That sounds like an act of a powerful alien that wants to confuse and confound a unified group of people into being divided. You know what I mean? They must have hit the Tower of Babel, all those people that were there, they must have hit them with some kind of brain ray that, you know, all right, now I can't even understand my own language anymore. You know, so that's what it actually caused a lot of branching off at the time. Different you know, people that kind of sort of understood each other, they branched off into different areas after that whole Tower of Babel incident. Now, what was the purpose of that tower? I don't know. Were they trying to reach the firmament? If it is a firmament, you know. If it isn't, I don't know. Were they trying to reach God? Were they trying to shoot? Was it a launching pad for alien spacecraft? I do not know. It looks like they're cleaning the parking lot here. Okay. Okay, Vivian Sanchez says, yes, and the beast that is now will be one heart and mind in our time. The internet, the interconnectivity. Yeah, that is kind of a beast, right? That whole unified thing. But there is a unification that is spiritual and good for us all, and then there's this unification which is like this totalitarian jackboot on your neck, like, you know, you're one of us now. Hey, have a chip. You know, we're going to control you. You know, there's two ways to have unification: the good way and the not so good way, right? And one way to spot them is they have the of his name, Vivian Sanchez says. I'm not sure what that means, of his name. Okay. Fearing our witch hunt was to kill those that trapped in our natural magic. It's a form of psychological compensation. Spread the word 77.7 says, actually it's a form of psychological compensation for all the degraded stuff she's been through. But yes, I understand how it comes off. Yeah, well, Blake says there's no such thing as magic, just science and technology. Well, you know what? Technology is mistaken sometimes by primitive people to be magic. I don't know if you've ever seen this documentary called Chariots of the Gods. There's a story about during World War II, the Seabees, the construction battalion, they built an airstrip on this remote island where there was this tribe of people that had never seen advanced humans. They were still back basically in the Stone Age. And when the war was over, basically the military left that island, and the primitive tribe there, they built like little airplanes and stuff, and they waited watching the skies to see if the gods would return. They, you know, regular humans, soldiers during World War II were considered to be gods by this primitive tribe. Kind of crazy, right? And they thought it was magic. Oh, it's an airplane, it's magic. Oh, he's got a lighter, he's lighting a cigarette, that's magic. You know, to them it was magic. You know, so technology could seem like magic to people that don't, if you don't understand the technology. You know, like a transporter, like a time jump thing, like a portal, like the transporter portal. If somebody just jumps through a portal and disappears, wow, that's magic to me. But to somebody else, it's technology because they know how it works. They invented it. You know, you see what I'm saying? Vehicles have been manipulated to smother out our abilities. Their tech mimics what we are capable of doing. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, technology, they kind of try to imitate the natural with the unnatural. Anything that is natural and wholesome, they're going to try to imitate it technologically in an unnatural way. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm just going to shoot a message and see what it does with me. But yeah, guys, I'm going to do this every Wednesday night at 11 o'clock. Alive or dead, by hook or by crook, I don't care. You know, a lot of times I don't have time to prepare for this. I don't have all of this, but you know, if we can group up and at least just exchange ideas and stuff. It looks like Donnie might not make it tonight. I don't know if he's going to make it or not. I haven't heard from him. I heard from him earlier today, and he was asking me what time I'm going on, but I haven't heard from him in the last couple of hours. So I don't know. Maybe he got sidelined with some other shit. I really don't know. Okay, Vivian Sanchez asks, hey, where do we see your testimony? I've been looking for it. My testimony? You talking about me? It's all over my YouTube channel. My testimony about what? About the cloning center? About seeing Donald? Or about what? Is your name Aldo? Yeah, that's my name. Yes, my name is Aldo. Yeah, I got a bunch of videos on this YouTube channel that told all about my experiences that I remember at the cloning center, you know, and how, you know, how I kind of got to realize what was going on. Yeah, it's all of this. If you look at my, my videos, there's the weirdest cloning center experience. Then there's the my second weirdest cloning center experience. You know, and it's all described in there. You know, I don't want to go over it again, but it's pretty traumatizing. I don't want, you know, you can check out the videos. Thanks, Space. Oh, good videos, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I made the videos when it was happening. When I started to recall things, and I just remember back in those days, I was kind of doing a video diary for myself, just for myself personally, just to kind of sort of, you know, get things off my chest and talk things out. And I would make these videos of, oh, this is what I did today, blah 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 blah. And then when I went through that stuff with the cloning center and seeing Jesus get killed, and, you know, I made a video of that, and then I put it on a YouTube channel, and people wanted me to make more videos, so I started making more videos and just uploading them, and that's where it started. Basically, it started as a diary kind of thing. You know, I was just basically talking to myself, just to get it off my chest, because I had nobody to talk to about it. You know. And like I said last time, this here is therapy for me, you know, just to talk about this stuff with you guys that know what's going on, you know, with the cloning and all that stuff, because nobody in real life, you can't talk to anybody about this stuff in real life. They look at you like you got 9 heads. Like, what? Clones? What? Underground military? What? You're out of your mind. You're crazy. Vril people again. Look at the eyeball. And I try to tell people, you know, it's like, most people, regular people don't want to hear it. That's why I say God bless the internet, you know? Thank God for the internet. I don't want to say what city I'm in, because I really don't want to... I'll just say I'm on the East Coast. Eastern Standard Time, because I don't want to give them any clues to where I'm at, in case they, you know... I don't know if they're coming after me, but I don't want to help them if they are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not making an impact at all. Who knows? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not, but I just don't want to give any clues. The Antichrist will be a reptilian shapeshifter, Jolly. The Jolly. Yeah, interesting. So cool to see how far he's come since then. Really good, inspirational. Don, and he amazed me for resilient ability. Oh, thanks, Mike. Appreciate that, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, it's either, you know, get busy living or get busy dying. And you know what else, too? You guys out there, once, you know, I've been through some shit, and it's kind of like once you get this heavy weight that you got to carry, or whatever it is, you will find within you a strength that you never knew you had. Okay? A strength that you never knew you had. You'll find it within you. You know? You'll find it, believe me. And once you find that, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do to me now? You already done everything to me. I'm still here. You know what I mean? And it's not easy. I gotta tell you, life ain't easy these days. But that's all right. You know, I'm still here. I've had friends of mine commit suicide. Gina's sister, 2 months later. Judy, she just wanted to die. You know, and they'll try to get you to kill yourself. They'll put those suicidal thoughts in your head, you know? They'll do that. Just to get you out of the way, you know, if you're making a dent in it, you know, don't do it. Live to see what the hell is going to happen, if you're curious enough. Let's see what we got here. Vladimir Putin is the closest thing to the Antichrist. Blake says, yeah, you know what, that guy, if you look at a picture of a statue of Julius Caesar, kind of looks just like Putin. He might even be a clone of Julius Caesar. Don't know if you're sure, but he does look a lot like Julius Caesar. Okay, here's a question from Tabbed. Aldo, have you heard of Dr. Catherine Horton? She's been chipped head to toe by this criminal psychos. No, I've never heard of Catherine Horton. Actually, let me write that down so I can look it up. Of course, I lost my pen. Oh boy. I know I had a pen here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Hang on. I have to write that down. Another thing, guys, write down anything you remember, like in your dreams and stuff. If you think it might be a cloning center experience, whatever it is, write it all down. Write it all down, and just, you know, then you'll see a sequential pattern. You can kind of put pieces together. She's been chipped. Isbit, maybe tell us a little something about Catherine Horton. What's the deal with her? Tazbaz says, I am having experiences during my sleep hours, and my dreams are beyond the Hollywood special effects. Yes, the thoughts of suicide are part of the intrusive thought. Yes, they are clones. Yes. Yeah, the Hollywood special effects. Did you ever go, you know what I think sometimes they have this there was this thing I remember one time I went to, I think it was at Disney World or Universal Studios. I figured exactly what it was. But they had this special camera that they were flying around with a helicopter. And this camera had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cameras on it, pointing all around in all directions. And they were flying a helicopter through the mountain with this camera, 6 cameras, right? And then you go into this theater, and it's a round theater, and there's 6 projectors, and there's these screens all around you. And the images that were taken from those cameras are projected on those screens. So when you stand in the middle of that theater, you feel like you're flying through the mountains. You know? Now, if they got a clone of you on some kind of drugs, and they put you in a scenario like that, in a place like that, where they can basically make you feel like you're anywhere, doing anything. You know? There's all kinds of stuff they can do to brainwash you and make you, convince you that you're, you know... Oh, Michael Aquino is down with them, Blake said. Yeah, Michael Aquino, just look at the guy. He likes to eat children. He's a wackadoodle, that one. He likes to torture children. He could have been a parasited host. Kathy O'Brien was talking about him, says Oris or Onimusha, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing too. A lot of the people that are acting in those ill, sicko manners, they are probably parasited hosts. You know, they have that, I think Jeffrey Dahmer, was Jeffrey Dahmer one of those? Like he took all those bodies and buried them under his house, you know? That's real, yeah, they do act, oh man, I did it again. They do act pretty crazy, you know? I mean, it's basically an animal consciousness, the consciousness of a lizard crab creature running a human body now. You know, it's not a human anymore. It's kill and eat, or get killed and be eaten. You know, that's the mentality of those things. Okay, she says about this Horton lady. She says she has been targeted by them by exposing them. She has nanochips everywhere. She's being raped remotely by them. Nanochips implanted in her eyes to make her see things, ears to hear, all on her channel. Interesting. I can't even read my own writing. What was the name again? Something Horton? Yeah, check out that story about Horton. Oh, man. Catherine Horton, yes, Catherine. Yeah, I didn't get my K right. Yeah, they could do that stuff. Like Don told me one time that he's got a chip in his eye, and basically they could see everything he sees, and they could put it on the screen down at the cloning center so the whole audience could watch what he sees. Isn't that crazy? Basically, I would say Basaholic says, I would say gang stalking and cloning could definitely be connected. Sometimes, probably not always. Only educated guess. They will do some gang stalking stuff just to intimidate you and just to get you a little off balance and out of whack. I've had a little bit of that happen to me in the form of like vehicular harassment, I guess you could call it. You know, there'll be a group of vehicles all of a sudden surrounding my car and like going around me in circles and stuff, and I'm like, what? You know, when there's no traffic anywhere else, but they're all surrounding me, like 4 or 5 cars. You know, trying to make me screw up and crash. I've had that happen to me. Not recently. I'm talking about maybe 2 years ago, a year or two. Fritz Springmeier is down with them. I've heard that name, Fritz Springmeier. I'm not sure of all his stuff, though. I gotta look into him, too. I wish I had more time for this. What happened with Og, Tellers, and Don? Well, Og was... Don says that Og is just making up shit. He's a bullshit artist. I mean, he's... Honestly, every time... I don't dislike Og because it was kind of comforting to listen to him. But... Do you want to hear sweet lies and sweet bullshit? You know what I mean? He's probably a good-intentioned guy that just doesn't know... I couldn't, you know... I'll be honest with you, every time I hear this guy talk, I get a headache. And I'm like, what is he trying to do? He's just trying to, you know, make words up and things out of the ether, you know? And it might make sense to some of you guys, but to me, it ends up... After I listen to him, I end up just like, duh? You know? More confused than when I started. You know? And Don does not like Og Tellers because Og is a liar, he says. He's just making shit up. And that's... I don't know, maybe Og thinks he's helping, and I don't know. I don't know where he's coming from, but I don't want to focus on Og. You know, I don't know if he's a bad guy, good guy, I don't know. I don't think he's a bad guy, just at first impression. But I don't think it's, you know, I was listening to him for a while and trying to understand things that he was saying, and he made some sense, but then I always ended up getting confused after listening to him. You know, maybe I just don't have that brain capacity. Hey, Blake says school shootings is a Hegelian dialectic by Russia, China, and Arab nations to disarm us. Yes, don't give up your guns, people. That's the only reason why America is not getting invaded, because we have guns, lots of them, like 8 million. I don't know, or what is it, 800,000, 8 million? An army of like 8 million people have guns in this country. No other army in the world has that many guns, that many people with guns. Any army that would come and try to invade the continental United States would get slaughtered, because our people have lots of guns. And if you took all those guns away, we would be open to invasion. And believe me, they would invade us right away. You know why? Because we get paid too much, and we're too intelligent. That's why. Because think about this. The United States was an attraction, it was a magnet for all the people throughout the world that wanted a better life and were intelligent enough and had enough guts and gusto to actually go for it. Okay, so you have a genetic pool of people here that have more of a propensity to succeed than anywhere else in the world. Okay, and more of a propensity to figure out what the hell's going on anywhere else in the world. And they don't want that. That's not good for them. They want us to all be dumb, obedient slaves, not highly intelligent, enlightened, forward-moving people. Okay, let's see. Vanessa says, I was in an accident where it looked like the other driver was intentionally coming for me. Yeah, they'll do that. That's why I keep on alert all the time, 24/7. Keep on alert, because you know what? They'll do shit like that. Yeah. Seeker of Truth says to GTG 488W, we need to understand the gravity of what he's trying to describe. 100% of people who are shown the full truth go insane. Well, because the truth is insane. It's just, you know, what's the definition of sanity and insanity? You know what I mean? Yeah, Mr. Anigan says, Og blocked me because I asked where does he get his sources from, only to unblock me and follow me later. I just blocked him. He's just another fraud. Yeah, I would say, you know, he might be a well-intentioned, you know, kind of sort of making up things and trying to make people feel good, but I don't want somebody making up shit just to make me feel good. I want the truth. Hurt me with the truth. Don't make me feel good with a lie or some made-up bullshit. No offense if you're well-intentioned. I don't want to start no fights with nobody, but, you know, we want the real deal here. We don't want no bullshit, you know? Okay, how long are we going for? We've been going for 84 minutes now, 85 minutes. Yeah, I don't know if Donnie's going to come today. It looks like he got sidetracked. I talked to him earlier today. He must have had some shit going on. I don't know. You know how it is. You never know what's going to happen. You know, they might have threw some curveballs at him so he couldn't make it tonight. But we will be here every Wednesday, or I will be here every Wednesday. I'm going to hammer like a hammer. Bang. Wednesday, bang. Wednesday, bang. 11 o'clock, bang. I know it's kind of late. Okay, Mike and Halleck Face says, Og follows me. Truth only, ugly, awful truth is all. Yeah, you know, guys, the truth is not a sweet, you know, it's not an angel cake. It's a shit burger, you know? It takes a lot to digest. It's disgusting to swallow, you know? That's why I get pissed off sometimes. I see these truth channels, like these guys, they're making big money. They're taking trips to Hawaii, you know, and they got all these, and they're not going over the edge. They're not going into the cloning center stuff. They're not going into the, you know, the whole torture deal. You know, they're basically gatekeepers. Alex Jones was Jack Birch Society. Jack Birch Society. Okay, that's another one I gotta look up. Jack Birch. Yeah, but the whole thing is, you know, the reason why I want to do this, guys, is because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and if you have the knowledge to know what's happening to you, then you're not going to be like those primitive people thinking, oh, it's magic, it's something, you're going to understand what it is that they're doing to you, and you're going to be not afraid. Because fear is the mind killer. Right? Fear is the mind killer. We're trying to get rid of the fear over here. Okay, Blake says, Nazis, Jews, and Jesuits work together. The Illuminati is a shared authority. Yes. And it's all infiltrated, too, by these vril parasites. You know, and I don't know, how do you get like that? How do you get to the point where you just want to control the whole world? Who thinks like that? Like, hey, look at all those thousands of people. I'd like to control their very lives. Like, who fucking thinks like that? That's whacked out. That's whacked. You know? I mean, I just want to control my stomach. I don't want to control the whole world. I'm just busy trying to control my stomach and my bank account and my checking account and my jobs and work and everything. Control the whole world. That's some whacked out shit. Okay, let's see here what okay, now my eyes are hurting. Oh, okay, Naroya Payun says, truth is that we are multidimensional, powerful beings. Once we feel that with all of our being, we won't have any fear. Yes, I really suggest Andrew Bartzis for more knowledge. Andrew Bartzis, okay, gotta recommend him. Yes, yes. Okay, has anybody heard from Norberto lately? Because I heard Norberto kind of fell off the planet. Norberto Santiago, Astral Light. Okay, here's the link to Norberto's website. Oh, jeez. Okay, guys. Yes. The Project Super Mika's Palmis says that Project Superman stuff with Andy Perro is some wild shit. I'll tell you, I read that Andy Perro story back in I guess it was around 2005 or 2004, and I was just riveted. And this is before I knew anything about cloning. I was reading that Andy Perro story, and I was like, God damn, this shit, it sounds like something that I'm involved in, or somebody, you know what I mean? It just felt very relatable, what he was saying. And the weirdest thing is he was talking about in Paramus, New Jersey, which was like 10 minutes drive from where I lived, and I knew the building he was talking about on Century Road. I was like, holy shit, this shit's happening right here. And what Andy Perro was talking about, he was saying that these people were running, and I remember when I was going to massage school over in that area, there was this woman that I had dated, and she was she liked to have sex a lot, and I liked that about her. But then one of the teachers came to me and she said something like, leave her alone, you should stay away from her. And I was like, what is it? What are you not telling me? She was warning me about this lady, and she said to me, after I pressed her, I said, what is it that you're not telling me? She says to me, she goes, look, all around this area, there are these satanic groups, okay? Groups that worship Satan and do this weirdo shit. And their whole goal is that everyone has sex with everyone else all of the time. They're basically just sex fiends, okay? And she said that she left that group, she broke away from that group, but she recognized that this woman was involved with it because she always has to be the center of attention. She's always screaming. She always got to have everybody watching her. Psychopathic, wacko shit. And this was going on right near that area where Andy Perro was talking about. And I'm thinking that she might have been part of that group. She was married to a military guy. You know, I mean, even her little daughter, this was the weirdest thing. One time I was over her house, and her little daughter, who was at the time like 7, 8, 9 years old, I don't know how old, she's wearing a skirt with nothing on underneath. And so the daughter sits right in front of me and boink, and I was just like, what the fuck is that? And I look at her, I'm like, what the hell? I mean, apparently this was normal to the little girl. These people are psychos, man. Yeah, Blake says these satanic bloodlines are just incestuous Luciferians. They believe pedophilia keeps them young, incest brings them strength, and loyal to vril lizards brings them good fortune. Yeah, which is obviously wrong, okay? Because when you inbreed with your own, like if you're gonna have sex with your sister, the offspring is gonna be freaking retarded. And that's what's happening, you see? They're consuming human flesh, drinking human blood, marrying their own brothers and sisters and having children so they keep it within the family. That's causing their brains to rot out, you know what I mean? That causes not proper thinking. If you're drinking human blood, they're getting some form of Kuru disease. You know what I mean? Right, yeah. Amen, Blake. Mike in Halifax says, yeah. And what were you guys saying about the moon disappearing? You sure it ain't the clouds covering it up? Yes, the royals in England have been doing that for years. That's why they're like mentally just like boom, boom, boom. You know what happened? That's why the diversity is good, for us to intermarry with differences, you know? If you keep the same bloodline and the same, it kind of doesn't work out right genetically. It doesn't really work well. You need fresh DNA in the mix. You know, have you ever noticed how like a pure breed dog is a little wacky and a mutt is always super cool? You know. Mo Smith? I don't even know who Mo Smith is. Who is that guy? If he's not worth listening to, then oh well. Okay. Ma Smith says, "Voice from deep underground. Pac lives on May 4th, 2019. Video said, why are you talking about him? Wondering who he is sleeping with, and you're the homo." I don't care what Alex is doing. I don't talk about Alex. Alex backstabbed me a while ago, and now he doesn't exist to me. He is just a memory. I'm not talking about him. I don't care about Alex. Alex can do whatever the fuck he wants. Okay, I don't want to start no shit with Alex. Alex can go do his own thing. Have a good one, Alex. Goodbye. All I want from Alex is distance. You know, he's a backstabber. He's a sellout. He's a liar. If you guys want to know the whole story of how Alex set me up, I might tell that one day. But I really don't want to I don't want to make this into a. You see, that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to make this into like a battle between other people that are involved in this. You know, Alex is involved. But basically, Alex follows a pattern. He becomes your best friend, wants to do everything for you, and then he stabs you in the back when you least expect it. He did that to me. He did that to Donald. He did that to Sean. Okay, and he's on a mental disability pension. He doesn't work. He stays at home and makes these videos all the time. You know, and he's getting paid for spreading not so true truth, okay? I do not respect Alex. I really don't want to put any energy towards Alex. I thought he was a friend and he backstabbed me, so he's not going to get another chance again. You know? Alex was a scam artist. Loser in the end. Forget him. Exactly. I don't want to put any energy towards fighting with anybody. If they want to say shit about me, I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. You know, that guy has told me I'm still waiting for him to show up for the fight that he challenged me to. He's never going to show. He's never going to leave Oklahoma. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. All right, and that's all I want to talk about him about, because it's not even worth it talking about him. The dude's a loser. What else do we got, guys? You know, I want to keep it on a positive note. I don't want to be just crapping on people, you know? Okay, 96 minutes. 96 minutes of, I think we're pretty good, guys, yeah? Right, yes. But anyway, what I wanted you guys to catch tonight, and I'm gonna end on this because it's already over like an hour and a half, and I think that's a good amount of time. But what I wanted to get across to you guys was this: that those Anunnaki techno gods, chip-headed things that are down in the Colony Center, that are running things down there, that are running this world, that created the human race, genetically engineered the human race. Look up Lloyd Pye. They are transhumanists from way long ago. Today, there are transhumanists today that want to do the same thing that those Anunnaki did all those years ago. They want to extend their life. They want to put their consciousness on a computer chip, implanted into an immortal body, and live forever and become gods. Well, you know what? That's been done already. And look how it turned out. Okay? That's the lesson for today. All right? Understanding that about the Anunnaki, that they are the transhumanists from way back when. Okay? And we got people today that are thinking they want to do the same thing. Wake up, I'd like to slap them in the face. Did it again with the elbow, open the window. Just shocked myself again. Well, see, the thing is, too, all right, what you see is like maybe they created us genetically, but we are imbued with spirit. They didn't expect that we were going to have this power to create. We have the creative force within us. The God, the spirit of the universe, whatever you want to call it, the Father, has imbued us with love and creative power. The Anunnaki, when they genetically engineered us, they didn't think we were going to be anything more than just a slave species. But now we turned out to be this wonderful creative force in the universe, right? Imbued with the spirit of love and, you know, goodness, or whatever you want to call it, you know, that divine, that orgasmic feeling when you kiss the sky, so to speak, you know. They didn't think we were going to turn out like that, you know. So, okay, guys. All right, so God created us in His image. The Annunaki are jealous of us. Yeah, you might be right. You know, again, guys, you know, there's a million versions to the story. I think we all got a piece of the puzzle, and once we get together and put all the pieces together, that we can figure this thing out. I don't think any one of us has all the answers. You know, I just try to be a host and try to host, not a real host, you know, a host of the show here or whatever this is, the live stream, and get everybody talking, and you know, this is all therapy for us too, because where else can you go and talk about this kind of stuff? You know what I mean? All right, guys, and we're gonna end on that. I'm gonna get the hell out of here, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys for showing up tonight. God bless you all. It looks like Donnie didn't make it tonight. He might have got sidetracked. Let's all wish him well that he makes it back next time. Everything's okay with him. Please be all right. Oh, please watch over Don. All right, guys. All right, we're gonna end. I'm gonna take a ride out of here. We're gonna end with some. Let's see. We'll try this. Tune number 6 here. Here we go. Okay, guys. Awesome, Mr. Rannikin, Bassaholic, Heindel, yeah. Heindel, what number is this here? There we go. That's a nice one. Okay, guys. There we go. Okay, folks, this is where people almost. Yeah. Okay, guys. We'll have more next week. Every Wednesday at 11. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm very humbled by the participation. Thank you so much, guys. All right, thank you. Love you guys. You're awesome. You guys are awesome. Awesome. Okay, Onimusha. Next time, guys. Thank you, guys. All right, I'm gonna sign off now. This is my driveway. Here I go. I'm driving now. Getting out of town.